everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a pre-release look at Copperhead from 4Pockets. Paul the music man is here. Paul, this is excellent synth, new synth from Paul. It's coming out soon. We don't have an exact release date yet. So this is still a beta and there's still work to be done. So if we encounter any problems, you'll know that it's good because Paul's here and he'll see them and we'll get them ironed out. I'm just going to basically give you a tour of the synth. This is one of my patches I've made. And it's basically a blend of 3 sine waves. There's a sine wave on VCO1, a sine wave on VCO2. And the sub level, which is also a sine, has been turned up as well. So we have 2 VCOs, 2 voltage controlled oscillators. Each oscillator has a sine, a saw, a square, a triangle, and a trapezium wave, a super saw wave, and a user wave, which is very, very cool. So they're both exactly the same. They're replicated. You can tune them and you can fine tune them. The trapezium and the square work with pulse width modulation, and I think also so wait a minute, I'm just checking the manual. Yeah, so the square wave and the trapezium wave work with the pulse width and pulse width modulation, so you have both pulse width and pulse width modulation. Okay, then you have a voltage control filter which has low pass, high pass, band pass, notch, shelf, and formant filter. Okay, you have key tracking, envelope amount, resonance, and cutoff. You can also switch on and off each oscillator independently and or blend between them here. And then you also have a sync oscillator switch here. Moving down, we have our basic ADSR, attack, decay, sustain, and release here. Then we have the filter envelope here. I have 2 really interesting LFOs, LFO1 and LFO2. Oh, excuse me as well. You also have the mixer for the sub level. It includes the noise and the synth output level as well. Then you have LFO1. Each LFO, you've got like load to control over each LFO as well. So you have frequency, obviously, which is the speed, and you have attack, which is the time it takes the LFO to come in. So you can hear this. I have it pitched modulation coming in, so if I... And we have the attack level for that as well. Then we can also re-trigger. Then you have LFO destinations, which is pitch, filter, and amp. But you won't really hear it because I'm not using a great deal of filter here because I'm using a notch filter. You can invert them as well. So amp, filter, and pitch for the LFO, for both LFOs. And you can choose whether to send the LFO1 just to VCO1 or VCO2 or both. Then you also have sine wave, saw wave, square, triangle, and random shapes for the LFOs. So both LFOs the same. Then you have your output here, and on your output you also have a mix of synth output, but you also have the main output. We also have a limiter, and you also have the effects control here as well, so you can bring up the effects where you have a chorus, an overdrive, a digital reverb, a digital delay, a tremolo, and a really, really nice pan as well. It's a stereo pan, so we'll switch it on. also long hold on the limiter. Let me turn this up a little bit. You can long hold on the limiter, and this brings you into the low high pass shelf for the limiter as well. Also the panning for the synth. And then the polyphony settings, which can also be accessed from the menu here. And then the limiter threshold. So I've got it set on minus 2.4 dB. So that's your extra limiter controls. And then you have this very cool auto gate, right? Now this is regardless of whether the host transporter is running at the moment, it doesn't really matter. If we switch auto gate on, like this, and we can randomize how this works. And you have independent stereo control for either side of the auto gate. So the first layer of 16 steps and then the second layer of 16 steps, which you can choose to have either turned on or turned off. You can choose the pattern length, the smoothness, the phase, the note length, whether it's held or it's off. And then repeat on and off. Okay, so I'll turn it off just for the set. Oh yeah, randomize that type. I'll turn that off. You also have, let me finish with this page first. Cross modulation, ring modulation, and FM. So cross mod. Strike the like, folks. Please strike the like if you're watching the video and enjoying it. So cross modulation, LFO amount for the modulation, and LFO to amount. And then you also have ring, and FM. Then you also have this really nice modulation wheel control section. So you can send the LFO1 or LFO2 to the mod wheel, or also the X mod. So let's put the X mod to the modulation wheel. I've got my little Arturia Keystep 37. Move the mod wheel. And you can see it's controlling the X modulation and the FM. In this case, it's the X modulation because we have it set to X mod. But the other cool thing is you can send all of this stuff to the mod wheel at the same time if you want. You can have it all switched on and go bonkers. I mean, it's really nice, which also includes the effect sends as well, so that's cool. Turn them off. This is my sound. You also have polyphonic portamento, polyphonic glide. And then you have your standard bend range from nothing to 2 octaves. But it wouldn't be a 4Pockets app if it didn't have the sequencer as well. So we can switch on the sequencer and so if we combine, say, the sequencer with the, where's my auto gate here? So you can get some really very interesting sequences, and I will play you some of those patches. So Let me check. Right, I'll change a couple of things and I'll leave the sequencer switched on. I'll increase that a little bit and I'll change a couple of the waveforms. And say, lads, we'll call that a new sound. I don't know, we'll call it a test sequence, right? Let me show you. This is really cool. Paul's made the actual file management system absolutely super, super cool, right? This is brilliant. With this synthesizer, you can program banks or single patches, set them in groups, all the rest of it, right? And then share them with other people. But it's just literally a matter of getting the app, getting the bank that you've got anywhere you like into your files app, and then just dragging and dropping it in. So for instance, if I want to save this now, I'll go into this and you'll see I've got this TSTR. Here's the default one, and I'm going to create, first of all, right, I've created the bank and I've called it TSTR. Then I'm going to create a new group. I've got a group called bass, keys, lead, and pad so far. I'm going to create a new group and I'm going to call this, I'll call it sequence. Okay, so create. Now I've created this new group and you'll see there's nothing in it. I'm just going to do this and call this now. I'm going to call this, I don't know, test. See, I can rename it later. Test sequence. I'll just do it. Sequence, test sequence, save. And now test sequence is now in my sequence folder. And you can literally pick these folders up and take them out anywhere you like. It's really, 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 very, very cool. Right, so that's my new patch there. So if I go back into one I did earlier called Glitty Pad, and then just go back into my sequence and choose that test sequence thing. Okay, so I did this bass one earlier as well, so now I want to show you something really cool as well. The LFOs, right, also have the ability to one-shot. That means that you can create, I don't know if you're familiar, but you could create, if it was on a random or a, hear that? That's one shot on LFO1, and you can set one shot for LFO2 as well. This is brilliant. The CS80 had something like this, right, called Bend. Hear that? And you can set this for faster the frequency. And if we whap, if we take one shot off, we're running like a normal LFO. Put one shot on, it's only going to do it once, so that is brilliant. That is genius. And you can set them independently. How cool is that? I've also got the sync on as well, so it's a really easy synth to program as well, and I love the colour. I love the name of the synth. I just think it sounds great, and it's you've got tons and tons and tons of control. I love the one-shot stuff as well. Right, okay, some of the cool stuff we can do. You can see what's going on. If I tap on the little menu icon at the top and hit initialize patch, oh yes, I'm going to initialize this. It'll retain the name, but as soon as I rename it, that'll be fine. So here's the initial patch. let's listen to some of the. Let's switch off oscillator 2, and let's turn the volume up. So here's your sine wave. Now there's a little bit of reverb on by default, so I will turn that off. So sine wave. You can do a lot with sine waves. Saw wave. Then we have square, triangle, not dissimilar to a sine wave, trapezium, and like I said, the trapezium, the square has pulse width and pulse width modulation, and the trapezium also has this, but we can see these waves, right? We can see them. We've got also an oscillator, an oscilloscope for the thing. If we long hold, right, there's two ways to do this. We can go in here and we can go open window, and we can say, well, do I want to see the effects window, the audio gate, the output options, or do I want to see the waveform preview? If we hit waveform preview, we get this, and there's our trapezium wave, right? There's another way to do this. If we long hold favorites, we can see this as well. And if we use the pulse width now, or the pulse width modulation, okay, but you also have that for the square. Then you have super saw. If we mix them in now, slightly detune them as well, that'd be cool. So basic stuff: sine wave, saw, square wave, triangle, trapezium, super saw for both oscillators. Here's a really cool one, right? The user definable waveforms. You can build your own. You tap on this, right? Long hold it, or tap on it, I think. Is it tap on it, or yeah, long hold, and you get this. This is your custom wavetable. You can go with sine, saw, square, triangle, and you've got another one for VCO2 as well. So we can randomize it, or we can go into saw and randomize that. Let me go into my user wave for the second one as well. Go into, say, triangle, randomize that. This is kind of like wavetable stuff now. In fact, that's a really nice sound. So what we're going to do is we'll work on that a little bit. So 2 user wavetables. Sub oscillator in. Go in here again. change that to saw. Okay. Okay. So it's really easy to design sounds. I haven't even messed with the effects. Let's put some effects in now. This is one proper lush reverb as well. Chorus. Digital delay. We can have it running synced or free running. We can ping pong it. Let's just call let's call that let's save that, and I'll save that in keys, and I'll call it mellow keys, I suppose. Mellow keys, done. Again, that's it. I want the capitals. Save. Okay, done. So I did some leads. This is really brassy. And then grand square. And then one called steam pipe. So that's the bits and pieces I've been playing around with, right? Something I did one, like I tried to go for something like you could do with a CS80. So I come up with something like this. Something kind of Vangelis-y. Okay, so let's listen to some. Let's finish off why basically took you through the synth, which is like dead straightforward. It's really nice, and thanks to everyone who's joined us here in the chat as well, to everyone who's speaking. If you haven't already struck the like, please strike that like. It helps with the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Consider becoming a Patreon. Super chats and super stickers and all that other cool stuff you can do to help support the Sound Test Room. Okay, so you can create your own folders, you can export them, etc. You can share them with other people. You've got to use the stuff, so It comes with these as well. So far, Paul might add some more, I don't know. But it comes with a load of stuff. Just gonna sort that out over there. It comes with a load of stuff. So let's listen to some of this stuff. I'll close the microphone so you're not hearing all like clicky key stuff. You can also this is cool, right? This is really good. Now you've got your categories, right? This is really clever, and I think it's something more synths should have. You've got your categories here. We know this, right? You can go, oh, I want an organ sound, right? And all that other stuff, right? You've also got the ability to favourite anything you want. You just double tap on it to favourite it. Like this. And now you've got your favourites. And then you can access the favourites just by tapping. You don't have to go into the... You can go in here to the favourites, and then you can also... This is cool. You can long hold this, and then you can go, all right, well, I want to search for, say, organ sound, like this. See? And we can go, and we can, don't need to close the window. That's a really nice touch, that is. I think that's just nice. Let's listen to some sound effects. Let's see. Okay, I'll try pad rave it up, Paul. Right, where is it? Rave it. Where is it? Rave. Oh, pad, rave it up, pad. Here we go. This is a recommendation from Paul. You can tell people like me and Paul, Colin, and Joe, we're all of an age. This is using the yes, it is AUV3. I'm using it as an AUV3 just in case. All Paul's apps are AUV3s. Okay, so guys, listen, I'm not going to go on much longer, right? Show of hands, how many people is this going to be an Insta buy for when it comes out? Tell you what, as well, what I really liked on this was the reverb. The reverb is just lovely. awesome. Well, I've messed with it now. It's called Lead I'm in Your Head, but guys, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna play a few more patches for you. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. Bless you all. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And awesome, Paul. Another excellent app. And it's in it. Guys, come on, join me in saying, Paul, it's so great to also have you getting better as well. You know. So, yeah. See you all tomorrow.